Well guys, this is it. In less than 48 hours, I will officially be on the Appalachian Trail. Now, over the last few weeks, the question I've gotten the most from family and friends is, what exactly will I be taking with me on my AT Thru-Hike this year? The answer is probably a lot less than you thought I would be. So today I'm going to break down the contents of my pack. For those of you watching who are interested, weights will be included in this video. So currently my pack is sitting at 14.3 pounds. That combined with my camera gear has set me at an 18.1 pound base weight, which is right where I wanted to be when I left. At the end of this video, I will also go through what I have recently removed from my pack and why I'm going to leave it behind. First off, we have my daily hiking gear. These are the shoes I will be hiking in. They are the Salomon XA 3D Pros. These ones have a good bit of miles on them, but I'm going to try to squeeze another 200 or so out before I replace them. Inside you can see the green Superfeet insoles. I would definitely recommend those to anyone who enjoys hiking. They really help with the long distances. Next we have socks. These are just a pair of quarter cushion smart wool socks. Here we have Under Armour boxer briefs. Pretty self-explanatory. And these are my pants. These are a pair of North Face water repellent convertible pants. I plan to use these the whole way, but we'll see how that goes. This is my hiking shirt. It is a Patagonia Capilene daily t-shirt. Excellent, excellent piece of gear. This will be my wallet, just a little flip through. And finally you have my trekking poles. These are the lightweight Black Diamond Alpine carbon cork trek poles. Probably one of my favorite pieces of gear. Next up we have my packed clothing. I will be using this in camp or when it's colder outside. So we have a pair of darn tough socks. I'll be using these to sleep in at night to keep my feet warm. And they also act as a pair of backup socks. These are Patagonia lightweight thermals. I'll be using these at nighttime just to keep warm. It also gives my Under Armour boxer briefs some time to dry out. These are a pair of Reebok Play Dry shorts. I cut the liner out of them. I can't stand liners, but these will be used for laundry day in town, and potentially up north I might hike in these during the day when it's warm outside, and then the North Face convertibles will become my laundry day clothing. This right here, I love this. It's a Patagonia mid-weight base layer. I'll be wearing this over my daily t-shirt when it's cooler out to hike in. These are a pair of North Face gloves. I don't know how long I'm going to keep these, but for right now it's still a little cool out, so I'm going to keep them with me just in case. And this is a fleece cap by Z-Packs. I love this thing. Lastly, we have my puffy jacket. It's an Arc'teryx Atom LT. I'll be using this in camp just to kind of stay cozy and warm, and then if it's really cold out, I'll sleep in that at night. And this is the Z-Packs Medium Plus dry pillow bag. So in the daytime I can keep my camp clothes in here, and then at nighttime I can put my hiking clothes in it and make a pillow out of it. Almost forgot about this. This is the rain gear I will be taking with me. I have a Patagonia Torrent Shell jacket. It's a little heavier than I like, but I'm just going to roll with it. And then I have a Z-Packs Cuban Fiber rain kilt. I don't like rain pants. I sweat in them, and your feet are going to get wet anyways, so just going with a rain kilt. As for a pack cover, I'm not taking one. Last time I used it, my pack got soaked anyways. So I'm just going to be using a trash compactor bag on the inside. This is my favorite part. My shelter and sleep system. Originally I had a tent, but come to find out, I just cannot sleep on the ground at night. It was absolutely miserable. So I ended up ordering a War Bonnet Blackbird from War Bonnet Outdoors. This hammock is amazing. Best sleep I've ever gotten outside. In here are also the tree hugger straps, whoopee slings, and snake skins for covering it up. This is the tarp to go with it. It is the War Bonnet Edge tarp. I also have my guy lines, straps, and snake skins in here as well. This is just a bag of steaks, nothing special. And over here you have my quilts. This is the War Bonnet Yeti underquilt, 20-degree version. That's all I will need for this trip. If it gets a little bit colder than that, I can always add on some extra clothing. This right here is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma top quilt. It's a 20-degree quilt as well. I love those. We have a few more items. This is the pack I will be taking. It is the Osprey Atmos 50 AG, so it's a 50-liter pack. I went ahead and removed the top brain pouch. I have no use for it. 50 liters is more than enough for everything I need. Even though it is a 4-pound pack, it has this anti-gravity suspension system, so it makes it feel like there's nothing there. This is the headlamp I'll be taking. It's a black diamond spot. It's looking a little rough, but it still works, so I'll keep on using it for now. This is just a pack towel. I can use it to wipe off sweat or dry up if I get soaked in rain or something like that. Nothing too big. This is the cook set I'll be using. Just a Jetboil Minimo. Now I went ahead and removed the stand and the measuring cup at the bottom. I never use them, so that's just extra weight I don't need. This is the stove right here. The reason I picked the Minimo is because it has this simmer function. And it's just a 1-liter pot with a nice little koozie and handles. Over here we have my Sawyer water filter. A lot of people complain about the mini water filter, but if you take care of it and you backwash it with the plunger, I never have issues with it. So this is the one I'm going to be taking. I don't have my smart water bottles here, but that's what I'll be using. I'll take two 1-liter smart water bottles, fill them up with creek water, and then this screws on the top of one of them, and I just drink from that. This is my first aid kit, just a few items I might need, and it also has nail clippers and tweezers in there as well. This is the spoon, fork, knife, sport combo for my cook set. And here's my toothbrush. It's a Z-Pax ultralight toothbrush kit. Now that's not the toothpaste I'm going to be taking with me. Get rid of that. I'll be getting 1-ounce tubes in town, but this is my toothbrush kit. And this is my bear bag. I originally wanted the Z-Pax Cuban fiber bear bagging kit, but I ended up not getting it. I just made this homemade kit. So it's just a 20-liter sack with this string I have here as guy line. It seems to work well, and I got a carabiner with this little sack that I'm going to use to put rocks in. Hook it to that, and I'll throw it over the tree, and then I can use the PCT bear bagging method to keep my food and toiletries away from the animals. These are my luxury items. I don't need these, but they're just things I want to bring with me. There used to be a lot more than there is now. This is a Thermarest Z seat. You know, after walking 12 or 15 miles, no one wants to sit on the cold, wet ground or hard stump, so I'll be bringing this. It can also be used as a extra insulation layer under my legs in the hammock if it gets really cold out. This is my iPhone charger. My iPhone typically stays in my back pocket in my pants, so I have not included it in my base weight. And I'm not going to bring a battery pack. My iPhone does really good at holding a charge as long as I have it in airplane mode. This is a mini hairbrush where I sawed off the handle, saves weight. Definitely need this, don't want my hair getting all tangled up. This is a knife I'll be taking. It's just a little ultralight 1.8 ounce knife. Yeah, it doesn't weigh much, so I'm going to bring it with me. And finally, I have a little GPS tracker. This is mainly for family. It's a Spot Gen 3. What it does is every hour it's going to send out a little ping, and it will essentially leave a little breadcrumb trail as I move up the East Coast. It also has an SOS function, a check-in button, and a custom message that I can send a family, so I can let them know I'll be in town the next day and to expect a phone call or something like that. And lastly, we have my camera gear. Now, I know I've heard it from a bunch of people. A DSLR is not necessary for hiking the AT. But photography is something I have become passionate about, and I just cannot leave home without it. Yeah. Some people argue that an iPhone takes good enough pictures, but it does not compete with the quality of a DSLR. So I'll be carrying it in this Osprey pack. I could have went with something like a Peak Designs capture clip, but I really wanted my camera to be protected when I'm not using it. So I'll be carrying it in this, and when there is something like a torrential downpour, I will put the entire case and camera inside of the liner that will be in my pack. As for the camera, I am taking a Nikon D5500, and you can see I have a lens hood on here. There's also a battery pack and a 32GB SD card in here. So I went ahead and ordered another battery pack that I'll be using so I never run out of juice. And I'll be taking this Nikon charger along with this little pin that I can use to clean my lenses. In addition, I have two more 32GB SD cards. I don't think I'll need more than that for the trail, but if I do, I can always purchase another along the way. This right here is a little remote. Comes in handy for long exposure shots of the night sky or waterfalls where you really don't want the camera to shake. So to go with that remote, I have a tripod. I thought about going with the Trailpix Duo, where you just use your hiking poles, but it doesn't give me the versatility that this tripod does. And honestly, this is just a little $20 aluminum tripod. It doesn't weigh but 10.8 ounces. So it's not a big item, but I will definitely be taking it the whole way. And lastly, we have a Hoya Alpha circular polarizer. Can't leave home without that. Well guys, that about wraps it up. If you would like to follow my Thru-Hike, you can find a link to my blog in the description. I'd be glad to have you along for the journey. As promised, I'm going to go through the items I recently removed from my pack and tell you why. So to start out, I have these two 4-liter Sea to Summit dry bags. Pretty redundant carrying extra dry bags. I can just use the two I have now and just put more stuff into them. No reason to keep these. Originally, I was going to take this huge knife. Not only is it heavy, at almost a pound, it is also illegal to carry and conceal it in some of the states along the way, so I'm going to leave that. Here's the original paracord and carabiner to my bear bag. I saved a couple ounces by ditching that and using the new setup. Some extra carabiners, no purpose. This is the measuring cup and stand from the Jetboil Mini Mo that I said I was going to leave. I never use these anyways, so I'm just going to leave them at home. Extra steaks. I'm only going to carry one extra. There's no reason to carry those. Shouldn't lose them, and if I do, I can pick one up along the way. This is the battery pack I was talking about. It's an Anchor battery pack, and this is what I was going to use to charge it. I'm pretty sure that I can make it without it, but if in the end I need it back, I can always have it sent to me. Just a little sack for the pack towel. Some extra medical supplies and a patch kit. It's kind of redundant, taking a bunch of the same thing. And you can always resupply in the next town, so there's no reason to carry a bunch. This is a flashlight. I really like this. It's a little tactical flashlight. But it's heavy, and I have a headlamp, so it serves no purpose. It's just extra weight on my back. I hate this pillow. These inflatable pillows, they suck. They are the most uncomfortable thing. That is one of the reasons I went with the Z-Packs medium plush dry bag. Works much better than this. Don't waste your money. Here's another thing to not waste your money on. A rain cover. They may cover the bag, but guess what? They don't cover the portion that's against your back. So your pack's going to get wet eventually. Just don't spend your money on that. This is the top brain pouch to the Osprey pack that I'm carrying. It has these nice storage compartments, but I don't need them. And I saved 5.5 ounces by ditching this, so gonna leave that. And finally, a trowel. You know what works just as good as a trowel? Sticks and rocks. So I'm gonna leave the pooper scooper at home. And that's it. That right there saved me nearly 4 pounds. So you can always find room for improvement in your pack. If you don't really need it, just leave it at home, because you'll eventually send it back anyways.